everyone. Watch as I take this angel mold and put a little surface on the bottom of it to see if I can make it a little bit more of a practical surface. It's got a whole lot of texture on it all over the place, and I wanted to make it a little bit better as far as to be able to use it as a bowl. Let's see how this goes. Later. So you remember these little guys? Well, the extreme texture of these things, even though they're nice little bowls, I think they would be difficult to put little items in there. And plus that, you know, hair and debris and stuff is going to get caught in there. That's what my kind of go-to thought is. I was thinking about putting a coat of resin, just clear, on this, kind of rubbing it in with my fingers and stuff, and letting it puddle at the base to see what it would do. So at least it would be a more usable piece afterwards. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. And I've got some resin that's left over, so it's a perfect way to use up some leftover resin. This one is clear, so that's good. So we're going to put a little blob there and a little blob there. And that's blob, that's a kind of a professional term. I didn't know if you knew that, but it is. Or at least it is today. So you can see I just got a little bit of a puddle there, and I'm gonna just go with my finger and literally kind of brush it around and see if I can get into the cracks. And it's self-leveling. So, and this is not a quick set. This is still Art Coat from Stone Coat. So it's gonna settle on the bottom, and it's gonna make a nice little smooth puddle. And that's what I'm really, really interested in, because I'd rather the piece be usable instead of not, as far as, especially if you're making a dish. I mean, if you're making something that looks like it should be practical, it should be practical instead of just pretty. So, all right, so spread that around there, and I'm very gently gonna go up to the edge, because I don't want it to go over that edge too much. I'm gonna let this settle for a little bit while I do the same thing with this guy. And that way, while it's settling, the air bubbles that are existing will come up to the surface. And I can hit them with the heat and take care of those real quick. My glove finger is so loose I can barely feel where I'm exactly pushing this resin. So I already made one pass. I'm just gonna work it through. I didn't push it around on the bottom of the other one either. Shoot, I have to go back and do that. Just trying to push it into the crevices. So I think that'll do nicely. Let me just get in here to make sure it's getting into those. Since this is already a mold that's been poured and has pulled out, I don't have to worry about it. But with molds with a lot of details like this, when you get a bubble of resin on the outside edge or the wall of the mold, if you don't deal with those bubbles, then when the mold or the piece comes out of the mold, it actually creates a little semicircle that is concave. Yeah, I had to think about it. It's like, don't use that term very often outside of school. That is concave, but because of the resin, the edges are really super sharp. So you have to be careful with that. Let me get rid of my gooey glove. And I think I'm gonna hit this with a torch because I wanna do just a real quickie with the bubbles and not be on it too much. So I think that will do just fine. And of course I got a little resin on my torch, so I got it on my fingers. Good. So I'm gonna bring you guys in for a close-up here. Let's see if I can get a little bit of a Can't get a reflection on that. So I think it'll, I don't know, we're just gonna have to see. I'm gonna let these sit here for a little bit and give it another hit with the heat gun or the torch. But we'll check it out tomorrow. Later. Hey everyone. Okay, so this is the next day. It's cured on the bottom, and I'm really, really happy with it. It gives a nice flat surface, so you can put jewelry or, I don't know, some coins or maybe even a set of keys or a special necklace. These guys here on the side there, remember I brushed it on with my finger as far as just giving it a slight coat to it, thickened them up just a little bit. I mean, you can still see there's plenty of shape to it, so it doesn't take away from it. But it did puddle and fill in the cracks here, as well as this guy here. So you can see how it's got a flat area there. So unfortunately this one had a couple bubbles, but it won't matter too much for the application I'm going to use it with. And don't tell Mom, but she's got a little surprise coming to her. She'll be happy about this. She loves angels. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, but more important, hit that bell so you get notified next time I put a video up. Later.